Hey everybody, this is Eric with Phone Scoop, and I wanted to just take you through some of the features of Android 4.2 Jelly Bean very quickly. Of course, Jelly Bean is the latest version of Android, and it's available to Nexus devices such as the Nexus 4, which is what I have in my hand, as well as the Galaxy Nexus, Nexus 7, Nexus 10 tablets, and so on. Android 4.2 builds on many of the features that Google put in Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, which was introduced earlier this year, but brings in some new features that are worth pointing out. One of the first you'll notice is the behavior of the notification shade. If you see, I've got an unread Gmail item up here, so when I pull down, you can see that that's there. Now, you might notice that the radio controls and setting tools are no longer visible up here. They're, in fact, they're gone. If I want to access them, I can delete my, of course, I used that one button there to delete my notifications, but if I want to access those system tools, I have to press that second button there. And you see it'll pull up my profile, and controls for all my wireless radios, as well as settings and brightness. So there's an extra step here that I can't say I'm super duper thrilled with. And of course, if you touch that, it brings you back to your notifications, and at the moment I don't have any. Can't quite say why Google put that there, but that's the way it is, and it acts somewhat similar on Android tablets as well. The other important thing, of course, is the lock screen widgets, which you can see here. This is a calendar widget. You have no appointments for today. Messaging widget, which shows you my unread text messages, and then here's the tool for setting in your new and own ones. I'm going to put my security code in here without you guys looking. So here are the different widgets that are supported right now on the home screen. So we've got calendar, clock, Gmail, messaging, and the what song is playing. Pretty limited set of widgets to start with, but Google did say that, here, let's choose Gmail. We'll choose the inbox. And you can see there, it is on the lock screen. Google did say that apps will be able to take advantage of this new tool in the near future. There's a SDK that lets the app makers enable their widgets to work on the lock screen. So I'm going to unlock the lock screen and go back in. One of the other big new features is called Daydream, and this is found in the settings tool. Go in display, and you can see we've got Daydream here. Basically what this is a live wallpaper / screensaver for your lock screen. And as you can see, just a few choices. We can have the clock, we can have different colors, currents, which is Google software for basically an internet reader app, as well as some different styles of photos. So let's enable currents, and I'm going to start it now just so you can see how it works. So here it is. These are the latest stories in currents, and they'll just sit there and glide slowly past. And if I were interested in reading any of these stories, I could just tap them, and it would open Google Currents, and it would take me to that story. Basically, this is a tool that is meant for when the phone is charging or when it's in a dock. There isn't really much other usable scenario. I mean, you don't want a screensaver running on your screen while the phone's in your pocket. So what happens when I touch one is, boom, it opens that particular story. And we can see that story and go back to the screensaver mode. So I'll exit out of there. So that's a couple of the new features. Another new feature is how the camera behaves. So I'll launch the camera, and you can see, ooh, there. So you see that little circle? Watch what happens when I press it and hold it. You can see there's a new user interface for dealing with settings and the camera. So this activates the user-facing camera. This turns HDR on and off. This turns the flash on and off. Down here we can set brightness controls. We can set white balance controls, and then we can access the full settings menu, and this just lets us adjust a few things. You can also snag that by hitting that button right there, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you have a better idea. So HDR, flash, white balance, settings, brightness, and the user-facing camera. So just a few different changes. The other one, of course, is Photosphere. So we'll enable Photosphere, and you can see, okay, it wants us to align this dot So there, boom. So now it's starting and it's recording, and I can zoom all over the place here and fill in this space with the camera. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to use, as you can see. I'm just going to stop this here, and the results are pretty difficult to deal with because they're only viewable on the phone itself or in Google+. So anyway, that's the tool called Photosphere. It lets you take 360-degree bubble views of things, and it's kind of interesting. One last feature I wanted to show you is how the new keyboard works. So we've got keyboard trace, a traceable keyboard in Android 4.2. Google added this as its own alternative to third-party software programs such as Swipe or T9 Trace or SwiftKey. And after using it for a few days, I found that it works pretty well. So I'll just show you how it works here. This is a test. We are checking out the new Android keyboard. So there, I got everything right on the first try. One thing I like about this software is that it tries to predict your next word. Of course, it's not always accurate, but hey, it tries. And I found that, as you can see, I got everything right on the first time here. And I found that I had a better success rate with this software than I did with Swipe or with SwiftKey. So anyway, there it is. Those are the basic new features of Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. You can get it on the Nexus 4, Nexus 7, Nexus 10, and Galaxy Nexus devices. And hopefully this will be appearing on other new smartphones in the months to come.